keep really good like documentation. That's what they're known for. You know what I mean? Like
they're not good when it comes to publicizing it. That's where they fuck up.
Yeah, and then even the video, Sammy, that they put out in the last 2 or 3 years, it was on fucking Airy TV. So that's the problem. On Airy TV, like, but then they also don't realize, like, one, it's too late. Like, if I don't know if they understand like how algorithm works, right? Like, I think there was a study. It was done on it was based on Facebook a couple years ago. I think it was during the Trump election or something. They were basically saying the way the algorithm works, like there are people who support Trump, and even though they might have like Biden supporters on their Facebook, the way that Facebook algorithm works and on social media, they will only show you shit related to Trump. You know what I mean? So you can release as much shit as you want, but if we're getting how many people follow, mostly Burkina Hamdu people, right? People usually follow on social media people that have the same mindset as them or similar. They're not going to see it at all. They're not going to see shit. And it's too late. Like, I understand like the propaganda that countries spit out during wartime is to like galvanize the people, diaspora or whatever. I get it. But it's way too late for that. In our case, that's why I look at, I side-eye them sometimes. Like, why wasn't this not told to the people before? Because a lot of the kids involved in this bullshit with Burkina Hamdu, if you look at their ages, a lot of them were born after the border war. They don't know nothing.
Yeah.
We probably know more than them from the diaspora.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's, and I did hear that, like in Sawa, there is political education.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
And I don't know where if there's history embedded into that education, but I've heard things, so I've heard that's where people get some information. That's where people learn for the first time a couple things. And, I don't know.
A lot of these idiots also don't go to Sawa. Right. Ask next time when you talk to these brigade people, ask them, did they ever complete Sawa?
They're gonna lie.
They're gonna lie and say they did, but like most.
Then you ask them what rounds. Then you ask them what they like. Where were they stationed? And like, once you start pressing the questions to them, they start to stutter or change the subject. I know.
Yeah, yeah. So,
yeah, and I'm just wondering, where are the people that were in the camps? Where are they? Because those are live witnesses. You know that, right? Like, we could literally, those are the first sources we should be asking, no?
Where were they? Where the people that were in the camps?
No, the ones who went through this brainwashing, Sammy. Like, why are they not telling their stories? Type of things she's saying.
Because Hagrawit was saying yesterday that they were doing some.
Yeah.
She said, I don't want to repeat it. So if you see with your own eyes, why are you not coming?
So let me tell you the issue with our people, Asmarino, right? So when I was in university, there are we have access to like the different archives that like the public, they don't have access to it unless you have like some kind of, you know what I mean? When you're in college, you have access to a lot of archive databases that the public don't have, right? So when I was in university, I've always like looked up Eritrea, Ethiopia, whatever. One thing that Ethiopians do very well compared to Eritreans is they know how to get their shit written in scholarly articles by people who either have PhDs or they're going through their PhD program or master's program. You get it? In America, you cannot write a Facebook post and think it's going to stick in history. That's not how it works. Even the Tagarus, if you go to the database right now, if you type in Tigray, there are so many like articles, so many essays, so many theses about this war. If you type in Eritrean refugees, you won't see shit. You won't see anything. Yeah. The only thing that you'll see is like, oh, this many left Eritrea, this many left. So what I'm trying to say is like our people.
And those articles are probably made by the Tagarus.
They're actually, yes, they are. They're written by Tagarus because they're the only ones who work with the UNHCR in the Tigray camps. So our people, they don't do well with like getting it professionally like written, you know what I mean? Like they can come on TikTok and say, oh, kumzi garam ma'askar, but if it's not written down by a professional, okay, like a person who is connected to it educational institution, especially in America, then your story will be lost forever.
Yeah,
It
that's what I'm
won't be
saying. But
stuck in history.
listen, this
Yeah,
camp thing, Gokoni, it's happening.